All right, so Dr. Phil, police called it one of the worst crimes that they have ever witnessed. A 5-year-old boy held captive in a tiny cubbyhole under a closet under the stairs. Can you give us some details behind this story and exactly who was it that was keeping Jordan in a closet?
You know, Lee, I can, and one of the things about being on the air so long is we get to see these stories play out. This was in 2014. This story broke, and we flew into Houston, and we have a good relationship with law enforcement, so they talked to us. They sat down with us and explained what had happened here. 5-year-old boy in the custody of his biological father and stepmother was being kept really inside a cubbyhole inside a closet under the stairway. And I'm talking a cubbyhole that you had to be in fetal position to even get inside. I mean, this wasn't big enough for a medium-sized dog to be inside. And this child was being starved. There were marks that looked like he had been tased. He was 29 pounds at 5 years old. When they did pull him out of there, he was foaming at the mouth. He was disoriented, clearly on death's door. When we talked to law enforcement, we got in touch with the lawyers for the stepmother, and we said, we want to talk to her. If she has nothing to hide, let us talk to her. They said, no. But I'll tell you what we will do. We'll let you tour the house, and you can see this. No way this could have happened. What they didn't know is we were going to be there really fast. We came in by helicopter to this outlying area, and the house was being staged. They were covering up the squalid living conditions. It had been freshly painted. There was still masking tape around the ceilings. I found paintbrushes and buckets in the backyard hidden in the weeds. And the whole thing started to unravel. So I interviewed the stepmother. They said, we better let her talk. I interviewed her 5 years ago, and she just didn't stand up under cross-examination. It was obvious she was lying. Today's show, I have her biological children on because she just got sentenced to over 20 years in prison. And they're the ones that saved this child. They pulled him out of that cubbyhole, called the police, a fight broke out with the biological father. So at their own peril, they saved a child that wasn't even their own sibling. They just said, we can't take it anymore. They heard him crying, they heard him hurting, they pulled him out and saved his life. And we have them on the show today talking about what happened. I asked them, what did you think when you watched me interviewing your mother on television? They said, we knew she was lying, and we loved that you were holding her feet to the fire.
Right, and Dr. Phil, in 2014, when you did exclusively interview the stepmother in this case, and she professed her innocence, what did you think about that?
Well, it was very obvious to me that her positions were non-credible. This is not a large house, Lee. We're talking maybe, I don't know, 1,500 square foot home, one living area. There's no way this child was walking around this house emaciated, skin and bones like this, and she didn't know it. They would have meals with 6 or 7 children at the family dinner and not allow this child at the dinner table. And the kids would say, why could he not eat? He said, well, he's being punished. So they would sit down and eat, and he would be put in a closet and not fed. I mean, how cruel is that? And she's telling me, I didn't know this. He was being taken care of by his father, not by me. I mean, this was not a very big house. You can't not know what's going on. It was totally non-credible. She was lying. I knew it, and I told her I didn't believe her.
Absolutely unbelievable. So, okay, finally, Dr. Phil, in addition to this TV talk show that we know and love, you've now launched a podcast. It's already hit #1. So how is Phil in the Blanks going to be different from your talk show? Why does the audience need to tune into that as well?
Well, thanks for asking. It is totally different in that I don't have a problem to solve in front of me. I don't have something like this in front of me. So I just get to talk to people that I find really interesting. This week, for example, I'm sitting down with my favorite actress of all time, Kathy Bates. I've talked to Shaquille O'Neal, Jay Leno, Dax Shepard, Charles Barkley. I've talked to experts that sideline doctors from the NFL. Should you let your kids play football, all kinds of things, just interesting conversations with interesting people, and it's going very, very well, and I'm having an absolute ball doing it. So it's great fun for me. don't have to time it, can talk about anything I want to, and people can subscribe for free by going to iTunes, Google Play, whatever. Wherever you find podcasts, you can find it. It's Fill in the Blanks, but that's PHIL in the blanks, because I thought I had to be clever.
Exactly, and you definitely pulled it off. Wanted to thank you so much for being here today. People definitely need to check out your podcast
Thank you, Leigh.
and your show as well. Thanks so much, Dr. Phil.
Thank you.